Yo, what's going on, you guys, and welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. And usually we have two podcasts every single week. For the first one that we do every single Tuesday, it's more topic based and discussion based. But for this podcast specifically, this is the ones that we do on every single Thursday. And that is a news side of things where we talk about the most prominent articles and news pieces that come out regarding anime and anime related topics. So yeah, that's what we're doing in this episode. So if you guys want to stay tuned, yeah, we're gonna get into it. We don't just talk about the article itself. We go into depth. But anyways, if this is your first time here, I'm your boy Aray, and I'm with my co-host Aunn. Aunn, say what's up.
What's going on, guys? I just wanted to say this is the news segment of our podcast. We do also post news daily on Instagram. So if you do want to be caught up with all the news directly and instantly on the same day it comes out, definitely go follow our Instagram. Through that you can also, find our Discord. We're trying to build a huge community there, trying to get events like watch parties and whatnot started. And we do also have the articles themselves submitted to the Discord. So if you do want to see the articles, you want to read the articles for yourself, you can find the links in the Discord. But yeah, let's get into the first article.
All right, so the first few articles we're doing are actually really hype, especially if you're an anime only watcher. And that's because we'll start off with the most hype one. So we recently just got some leaks legit today. As you know, I was legit thinking of what we're going to be talking about on this pod, and then this came out of nowhere. And this is going to be the headline of this entire episode. But yeah, according to leaks, Chainsaw Man is getting a season 2 and a movie, and it's reportedly already under production. So that's hype, man, if you're a Chainsaw Man fan.
No, I mean that movie is about to be wild. So is this movie coming out before the season, or the season's coming out before the movie?
Honestly, we have no idea. We have like legit no details, and it's only leaks, so we don't even know for sure if this is accurate. But apparently, it's like a lot of really high end notable leakers. So I mean, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. They've been right about a lot of things. I kind of looked into them, but there's a lot of people saying that it's basically confirmed. And to be honest, like it's Chainsaw Man. It's one of the biggest manga right now in 2022, 2023. So it was kind of it was kind of like water is wet type where it's going to happen no matter what, that a season 2 was coming out. But it's just good to hear that we're a step closer to a season 2. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. I mean, I haven't fully watched Chainsaw Man yet. I've watched
Mm-hmm.
like the first probably how many episodes were in the first season? Like I
Oh
watched
man,
probably like
was it
14
12 or 13? Right? I
or
can't
okay,
even
so
remember.
probably 10. 10 then. I've
Okay.
only probably watched 10. Oh, so I only have like 4 episodes left. Um Honestly, it was a good start to an anime. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
my thoughts on short anime and
Right.
anime that just like I can't really judge them since they don't have that much depth. But the beginning of the anime was definitely good enough to get me to watch the next season. And I know a lot of people were hype for Chainsaw Man when it was coming out. And we know the whole story of how hype it was, to the point where people like me like at that point I never even heard of anime news like that,
Right. Right.
and I heard Chainsaw Man all over the place. So this second season is definitely going to be hype. I mean, especially carrying the hype over from the first season. I don't know how it ended, so if the first season ended like super
Mm-hmm.
hype, then it's definitely going to be crazy. But let's see what we're in for. But I do want to see that movie for sure, since
Yeah.
movies have such good animation, they have such good quality
Mm-hmm.
always. Even if the story's not there as much, I think watching like so Chainsaw Man has really good animations to begin with when it comes to just the regular episodes. So I want to see how much better they can basically do when they announce a movie or get through to a movie.
Yeah. I mean, again, we don't know for sure. This is only leaks, but if I had a guess, and if this movie was not canon, I guess then I can kind of see them doing it. If it is canon, that would be kind of crazy for them to do a season 2 and a movie. But then also it kind of does make sense if we go down the same route that Demon Slayer did for Mugen Train, where they said they're working on a season 2 and a movie, but the season 2 was basically the movie brought like pretty much broken down into parts in episodes. You know what I mean? So I could see them going down that route. I feel like that's worst case scenario. Obviously, the worst case scenario is this is complete bullshit and the leaks were wrong. But yeah, I feel like that would be the worst case scenario because I'm pretty sure that we're definitely gonna get a season two, even if these rumors or these leaks didn't come out. So yeah, I can see them going down that route.
Honestly, I don't like the first, like, a movie that summarizes the whole season. I don't like that.
Yeah,
It's like, yo, why am I watching the season then if I've already seen the movie? Or like, why am I going to watch the movie if I'm going to watch the season anyway?
yeah,
I just see it
true.
as like they're repeating content.
Yeah, they're
And
just double dipping at that point. It's kind of like a cash grab.
exactly, I mean, in my opinion, it's not respectable. But I do get what they do. I do get why they do it, because the fans are still gonna watch both. Crazy ass
Hmm.
people, but if the anime is that good, people
Hmm.
will literally watch both.
I mean,
But
I personally don't mind though, because it's kind of like if they're able to double dip, maybe this will help, boost their numbers, and this will help the studios get better over time. Obviously, pay the animators more and whatnot. So maybe I don't know, it's like a whole economic thing. If the money does cycle back to the right people, then I guess I'll be happy with it.
yeah, I mean, you're right. Overall, it can definitely be a positive
Hmm.
towards just anime, the anime itself, and the studio in general. But yeah, I'm pretty hyped for this. How about you?
Yeah, I'm hyped, man. I mean, I didn't enjoy the first season of Chainsaw Man as much as I thought I was gonna. But I mean, I keep hearing good things from manga readers. Everyone in the Discord that reads Chainsaw Man is just telling me, please just read the manga. But I mean, I guess if season two is coming out, I can watch the new season and kind of form new opinions there. But yeah, you want to hop into the next story?
Yeah, let's get right into it.
All right, so we got another new manga confirmation or another new anime confirmation, and that is Demon Slayer season four has officially been announced. We actually got a leak not too long ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, that season four was already in production, so that's pretty cool. For those of you guys that are caught up with the anime for the new season, season three, just recently finished. Of course, it ended with that 70-minute episode, which was really cool. But right after that, we got the confirmation that season four is out is going to come out, and it's called the Hashira training arc. I don't read the manga, so I can't really say if it's going to be a great season or not. But Demon Slayer's been doing his thing. But yeah, Owen, how hyped are you for this?
Okay, so I actually haven't watched the 70-minute episode yet. I think that's
Hmm.
like the last episode that I gotta watch. I was actually watching Demon Slayer yesterday, and honestly, like the fights. So so I always had this one, like, conflict with Tanjiro as a character, and that conflict was always, why is it that he does like 50 to 70% of the work, but he never gets to finish off, you know, the opponent by himself. It's always like a Hashira comes in, like the Mugen Train, right? Hashira comes in and helps. The next arc, entertainment arc, Hashira comes in to help,
Hmm.
right? And then this arc, we got the love Hashira come in and help again. So it's like, when is he gonna fight an actual opponent by himself? Like no string, just one on one. Like, even he
Right.
always has Nezuko too. He has Nezuko. He used her flame. He had Genya, the other guy. So it's like, I like when they were talking about this, right? When they said, because I only saw the Hashira training, I was like, yo, is he doing the Hashira training? Is he training to becoming Hashira in this arc?
Hmm.
Because I don't think he's ready at all. Still, even now, I don't think he's ready, because he still hasn't proven that he can fight 1v1. You know what
All
I
right.
mean?
If I'm not wrong, it's the Hashira themselves training. They came out with like a bunch of promotional pictures, and it was like four, I think it was four or five the Hashira, and it was just them. So if I'm not wrong, it's going to be them training. Again, I'm just guessing based off of the information that we got. But yeah, let me just touch base on the point that you were talking about earlier. I kind of disagree, and I mean I do agree to your point where he's not fighting them one on one. But if you remember in earlier the seasons in Demon Slayer, Muzan was saying that none of the upper six have ever been replaced before, which means all the Hashira that have been getting, they've basically just been getting clapped for the past, I don't know, 100 years or so. So for Tanjiro to be able to one-on-one an upper level, like an upper level demon, there's no shot that's happening. So I mean, I feel like it's respectable for him to get help from a Hashira, because then it would be a whole power scaling thing, and that's just ain't it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Demon Slayer, so I can't really advocate. But I do feel like I feel like it's fair. You know what I mean?
No, so I get what you're saying, right? I'm
Hmm.
not I'm not saying that it's bad on Tanjiro, that this is Tanjiro's fault, right? Or whatnot, that or he's not strong enough to beat these characters. I just think that these characters shouldn't be introduced the way they're being introduced, just because just to like, so the way I'll kind of like compare it is like, imagine Luffy is about to go verse like Kaido, right?
Hmm.
But he was in the east. He was in like Alabasta, and Shanks comes in and he comes in and helps like
So
Kaido.
here's my counterpoint to that. This isn't like as big of a world as One Piece. I mean, this series is already finished. There's only a limited amount of these demons. There's a limited amount of things that they have to overcome, and obviously like the Hashira as well. So that'd be my counterpoint to that.
I know I get your counterpoint's valid, but then again,
Uh-huh.
right? These guys are top three in the verse. Top three. Like, how are you eliminating top three characters this quickly? Like, and then in this season, it was two of the top three Hashira. Like, how are you eliminating such high players? Like, I
Mhm.
would love to see Tanjiro a bit older, a bit like more grown, fighting like the
Yeah.
Hashira now. Like, okay, so the way it is, right, is okay, when Luffy was like, not even Luffy, Naruto, whoever, when they're very young, they can't even touch these guys. It doesn't matter. Like, they can't even touch them. Like, why is it that you could get somebody to 50% and then somebody comes in and just like slices them up? Like, he shouldn't even be able to do anything if he's like
Hmm.
that, if he's just top ranked like that. And like, they kind of like, it kind of like messes up the scale system of how strong a Hashira is and how
Hmm.
strong Tanjiro is, because all I'm kind of seeing is that Hashiras just have a lot more, so they have more power and more stamina. That's all I'm seeing. Uh, But it's not like a clear, like Naruto and like Bleach or like One Piece. They have the Bankai. They have the Conqueror's coding. There's always like, and I get like they have the breathing styles of one first form, second form, third form, fourth form. I don't know. That's just my take on it. Where it's like, I think they um introduce the villains. They've been killing off the high tier villains very quickly. But like,
That's fair.
yeah, that's just my opinion. I feel like it kind of takes away from Tanjiro as a main
Okay.
character, because like every like, I don't know, in my every time, or I'm just an old school type of shonen watcher, where I want to see the character progress, but I also want to see how good he is compared to his allies, and how good, how his progression from being the worst to becoming that best character,
Hmm.
the top of the verse, the best at everything. Like, the way Bleach did it, even Bleach, right? Bleach did it very quickly, right? Because Ichigo, he kind of got to the rank of a captain very quick, but you saw the progression of how he got to that point, and once he versed the captain, it was him and a captain. It wasn't him and like three others, and then a captain, and then another captain had to come in and help him. It's not like four people are versing this one person. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah, but that's just that was my little rant on it. But that's just kind of how I see Demon Slayer. But this new season might be crazy since the Hashira are training, right? So what is this next new villain? Like, who are they? Like,
I don't even know. From what I know, the arcs in Demon Slayer are a lot shorter, so it could legit just be them training. I don't know. But yeah, let's hop into the next article just because we have so many articles to get through. All right.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
this next one's hype, man. This is for me, man. And I know you'll be loving this series too, but Doctor Stone season 3, core 2 is confirmed. It's actually coming this year in October. So we don't really have to wait too long. The first part just ended with 11 episodes legit this season, like last week. And I thought that was gonna be it, but we're getting a part 2 to that. So let's go, man. I'm hyped, man.
This season is this new core. Definitely hyped for it. You put me on to Doctor Stone. It's
Here.
been a hell of a journey since I started. Like I actually I this is one of the anime that I watch every single week, and I usually don't let pile up unless like I accidentally miss a week. But this is
Mhm.
one that I tend to try watching every single week. Um, I watched okay, so I'm not caught up to the latest episode, but I have watched the
Mhm.
second to latest episode, and I think that the progression that Doctor Stone has, first of all, phenomenal. I kind of didn't like the progression of last season because it didn't feel, or maybe I'm looking at it because it's only half a season. It's only half the core season
Yeah,
technically,
right.
so it felt like it didn't have enough. It's kind of like building up to what we're about to witness because
Right.
they're
I
getting on to.
mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, we only got 11 episodes. You know what I mean? So for us to get 11 more, it definitely would provide that clarity, and obviously it would, you know, fix up those pacing issues or content issues. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is gonna be hype, man.
Yeah, no, 100%. The thing is, right? Normally,
Hmm.
Dr. Stone doesn't even have those issues when it comes to like pacing or anything. Even that 1 hour special, the amount of content that 1 hour special provided, it was so good.
Hmm.
Like they introduced a couple new characters, started building the ship. They got to like knowing what they're about to do, and actually, if you look at it from the beginning of season three, well, technically season three, I count it as season two, but they actually did progress a lot. They got out, they made cameras, they went to new places.
Hmm.
They are about to. I don't know if they found. They have found the platinum. Like everything is just yeah. We got enough. We got enough. I think I'm satisfied with this half a season. I think the next one's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, man. Let's go, man. October, so we don't really have to wait too long. All right, so let's get into another anime that's coming out in October, and that is Tokyo Revengers, the Tenjiku arc. That obviously already got announced, I think a couple of months, like a month or two ago, after Tokyo Revengers finished, but we didn't know the date, and now we do. It's going to be October, so we actually got a short little trailer for that as well. Mostly, it was from the last episode, so it wasn't like that much new content, but for us just to get that it's coming out in October, I feel like that's pretty good news itself. So I'm hyped, man. I put you on Tokyo Revengers too. So yeah, man, how hyped are you for this one?
Yes, yeah, you have put me on Tokyo Revengers. I have not watched I watched a couple episodes of the new season.
Hmm.
The thing is, I couldn't. It wasn't one of those anime that it was a really good anime. I'm not saying that it's a bad anime at all, but it's not one of those. It's one of those anime that I let kind of sit and then watch a whole bunch at once. Since the story, right? It's not like I don't know. The cliffhangers aren't as cliffhangy to me as like a show. I don't want like One Piece or whatever. Like it's
Oh
not
my
or like
god.
Doctor Stone or like Vinland Saga, where I would
Hmm.
watch it. I watch those every week. Like I will. I definitely have to watch. Like I need to. Like I want to know more about it. Right. This is an anime I let sit, and I definitely have to catch up. The um the beginning of the second season was nice for sure. I there's just a thing that like he just gets beat up too much, bro. Like shit. Like yo, I'm not trying to see my man get his ass kicked every single episode. My man gets his ass kicked. Mikey, this 5'2" ass dude comes in and just kills everybody. Like what? I also want to know how the fuck Mikey got that strong. Like it makes no sense how this dude just absolutely obliterates everybody. He's literally he's a year younger than them, right? Or no?
Oh, then the main character Takamichi.
Is he? or he's a year
No, he's
younger than
older.
Oh, he's
He's
older.
older. Yeah,
Okay, he's a year older, or
I think he's a year older. If I'm not
okay.
wrong.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like I need more context on my boy Mikey, but it's been a hell of a, it's been a hell of a ride, and definitely excited for this new season. My birthday month is actually October, and we're getting mad shit in October, so I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, bro,
hell
it's
yeah.
hype, man. I'm telling you, bro. October about to be lit. All right,
Yeah.
man. Let's get into the next one. So again, we got another brand new anime. So this one is also not 100% confirmed. So I think so far the Chainsaw Man one and this one are the only ones that aren't confirmed yet. But this is a little bit of a hint. So we got a little bit of a promotional picture from one of the staff members slash crew members of Vinland Saga, and they put out this little picture over here. For those of you guys that are watching on YouTube, you can see it, and for those of you guys that are listening, let me try to describe it for you. So it just says Vinland Saga, but the one or the I in Vinland is highlighted. The last part of the N and then the L, the first part of the L in Vinland Saga are highlighted blue. So like if you look at it, it's just three straight lines, and that kind of indicates a season three. So this kind of indicates a season three. It doesn't really confirm anything, but from the success of season two and how hype it was, I mean, I feel like we have to get a season three. So I'm gonna chalk this down as a basically confirmation, not really a leak, but yeah. Either way, man, 6 months of Vinland Saga we just had, so we can't really complain about not having a season three right away, or at least a confirmation right away. But yeah, I mean, Vinland Saga, man, we ain't got no enemies out here, bro. I love it, man. I'm hyped for this one.
I mean, Vinland Saga is a phenomenal show. Firstly, it's just starting, third season, but
Mhm.
it's still, I don't know, it's very highly ranked in my not top 10 probably, but definitely highly ranked in my list. I do want to see more of him fighting. I'm not gonna lie, like I do have that,
Mhm.
I want this guy to I want Thorfinn to be fighting. He has not fought at all last season, barely.
Are
I'm
you up
not.
to date?
I'm like probably an episode or two behind. So
Have
I'm
you seen the part, and spoiler alert, this is maybe like two or three episodes away from the ending of season two. Have you seen the part where he says, he has no enemies?
I I got to the point, like right now I'm at the point where he basically got 100 punches. The
Oh
100
shit.
punches.
I might have spoiled it for you, bro. Oh
No, I don't.
shit.
I mean, I don't even know what that even means, so it doesn't
Okay,
even
okay,
matter.
swag.
It literally doesn't matter because I don't know what that means. But yeah, I'm at the point where he got like 100 punches, and
Bet.
he took all the punches in, and now he's talking to Canute right now,
Bet, 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 bet.
pretty much. But if you're
You gotta
saying that
finish it, bro. Trust.
if you're saying that there's about to be like hype fighting scenes, say less.
Okay,
Because
I'm not saying that. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, man. Just watch it, bro. Okay. Trust, trust.
no, I mean,
And then
well,
and then you'll be hyped for season three. Trust.
okay, but there's been a lot of character development though, at least with
Hmm.
Torfin, which I can
Yeah.
appreciate. Like he's completely flipped characters. Like his personality and everything is completely like,
Hmm.
different. But I do want to see how, obviously, judging on these last couple episodes, it's definitely gonna be hype. I want to see that cliffhanger at the end and what this next season kind of entails, because at the point where I am right now, I
Hmm.
don't know what is gonna happen next. There's no like, so much can happen because right now Leaf is still like, he's still waiting at the court or whatever, I think,
Yeah.
and yeah, he's still waiting
So
at the yeah.
so what I would say is just watch the end, the last few episodes, and then you'll either be more confused or you'll know exactly where the story is going.
Got you. I do want them to go try venturing to Vinland next season, like out there
I
at
bet.
least.
Bet. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing, man.
Maybe there might be like pirates on the water next season, but we'll see.
All right, so let's get into the next story. So this is an anime that, or this is the manga that already got announcement of an anime adaptation. We just recently got the studio name. So the name of this anime is Go Go Loser Ranger. So it's basically like Power Rangers. It was inspired by Power Rangers, but it's not. I haven't read the manga, but I've heard it's really, really good. But yeah, we got announcement that Yostar Pictures is doing the studio behind the anime adaptation. So just a little bit of a nugget for those of you guys that are fans of Go Go Loser Ranger. So yeah, I mean, Owen, I know you don't know much about this series. One of our boys in the Discord keeps telling me to read the manga, and from what I've seen from this trailer, I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool. It looks like the dark version of Power Rangers.
That's basically what it is from what I got from the synopsis, which is really cool.
Like this, just off based off of that first picture, it
Mhm.
just looks like the Red Power Ranger that's like bloodthirsty as hell. So I mean, I definitely watched Power Rangers as a kid. That shit was hype. Uh, and this is getting an anime adaptation. I'll let you read that manga first. Let me know how it is, and
Bet.
I will definitely look into this anime once it comes out.
Sounds good. All right, let's hop into the next story. So that was pretty much it for all the new anime adaptations or new seasons announced, but we still have some really cool articles to go through. So this one is really cool. So one of these older series called Blackjack, it's getting an AI manga. So apparently it's going to be co-produced with AI based on Chat GPT 4, and it's coming out in the fall. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but from what I gather, ChatGPT is basically going to help. If not, it's going to write itself. It's going to write new chapters for the series, which it's a pretty old series. And if you can see the picture, it looks really old. But 50th anniversary, so 50 years old. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a test to see if ChatGPT can do it, and maybe in the future we'll get more of these chapters written by ChatGPT, which would honestly really hurt in the long term. We're not going to get goats like Oda. What I don't want to think about it, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting path that we're taking with ChatGPT. We were just joking about it, like maybe they'll write manga one day, and yeah, it looks like we're finally there, and it hasn't even been that long. So, what are your thoughts on this one?
Firstly, right, there's no AI out here that's ever gonna come up with a story as pristine as One Piece and is ever gonna be as good of a writer as my dog Oda. Okay, no Oda slander in this pod for sure. No, but the fact that AI and ChatGPT can actually like help, I think. Okay, so the way I think about it, and this is for like most industries, is right now AI is helping, right? It's the assistant,
Mhm.
it's the researcher to do all of that, but you still need the creative aspect of it of um like even yesterday I was writing some product descriptions for um you know stuff that's coming up. Definitely gonna be
Mhm.
announced on the pod very soon. But yeah, I was doing a product description and it wrote me like a great story. But then after like a couple of prompt revisions and whatnot, I went in and after the final whatever I took from ChatGPT, I had to like change a bit. And um I think you could get the bulk of your work done quickly, but you still need some fine tuning. And I think the mangaka or the the person writing the comic or story or whatever will have to, you know, go in and fine tune stuff. But also, it's the fact is that you have to also prompt it well. So if you're not prompting the AI well, then you're not getting anything good out of it. It's just gonna, spit out something that is relative to whatever you asked, but not exactly what you asked for. But I think it is definitely a great tool for in any industry a as a way to like fasten the process of
Mhm.
creating more, basically. So like I feel like manga can be created quicker since you
Yeah.
can get at,
So
yeah.
so I was gonna say this is a different use case. They're using it in a way so they basically, I guess, tried it earlier. They had a project called Tezuka 2020, according to this article, and they had that AI try to learn Tezuka style. Tezuka is the one
Ooh,
that,
okay.
yeah, he's yeah. So you get what I'm saying basically, but
No, that
it
makes a lot of
seems
sense. Yeah, that's
yeah,
actually crazy that it
it
can do
seems
that.
like they're training this AI to know the author's writing style. So like to put that in other words is basically as if like these AI bots were being trained on Oda style and then it were able to write a new chapter the same way Oda would. I'm not saying that they're capable of doing that, but it's just kind of what they've been trying to do. But yeah, it's a pretty cool story overall. Obviously, it's going to be a huge thing in the future. Who really knows? And this might just be like a test. Who knows? You know what I mean? But yeah, with that being said, let's hop into the next article. All right, so this next article has a bunch of information. We're not going to go through the entire thing, but yeah, Anime Expo is coming up. It's going to be from July 1st to July 4th, and obviously, like we always do, we're going to be covering that. But yeah, we just got a full lineup of all the guests, and there's so many guests. There's like the CEO of MAPPA, a bunch of producers of big anime studios, directors, some mangaka, and yeah, I mean it's a huge ass list, man. There's so many big people and important people that are going to be in this. But yeah, that's pretty much all we got. So yeah, let's hop into the next article. All right, man. Owen, I know this is gonna be something that I want to hear opinion from, but yeah, this is also from my boy Issa, who's a big My Hero fan, and also to all you guys out there that are My Hero fans. But yeah, My Hero Academia ranks #1 on US monthly book scan for May. What are your thoughts on that?
Firstly, I think there might be a typo here. What you mean by that? That's actually crazy. So wait, this is only in the US, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense because I feel like okay, Demon Slayer, My Hero, and JJK are just crazy huge in the US. Firstly, secondly, can we go over who that is?
I don't want to spoil it for you, dog, because I know you don't read the manga.
Got
Yeah,
you, got
I
you.
ain't trying to spoil it for you. But yeah, it's a red, white, and blue right there. So I'll give you a little bit of a tidbit, but I ain't gonna spoil it like that.
Okay, so this looks like it would be that dude's wife.
All Might?
All Might's wife. If
Bro,
anything,
get
that's
out of
All
here.
Might's wife right here.
I'm dead.
But okay, so is it just like one chapter that
One
is
volume. Yeah, it's just like basically all this article is saying is that in the month of May, the one volume of My Hero Academia is #1 in sales.
god damn, they really need to make a whole ass article just because just because My Hero hit one on one volume? Come on now, yo. Issa. Y'all do too much. Y'all do too much out here. I think I mean I don't really read My Hero and I still need to watch the second half of the latest season, which was good. I'll give it that. It was a really good season. I mean this is definitely hype for all the people that like My Hero. But then again, it's because My Hero is very huge in the US compared to like it's probably what Chainsaw Man that's #1 or something that's normally #1 in the US in Japan.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man's always #1 in Japan, like weekly chapters for sure.
Yeah, that's actually wild. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's a cool thing, especially for the author. He's been sick a lot this year,
Oh,
so
facts.
maybe yeah. And I think he's coming up on 10 years of actually starting My Hero, and being serialized. So yeah, hopefully this will be able to help motivate him. I've heard that My Hero's on the final arc or closing into the final arc. So hopefully, I mean, it's just U.S. numbers. It could be any country, you know what I mean? But I mean, maybe this might motivate him to finish it off, and yeah, help my boy, take it easy in retirement if he does decide to retire. But yeah, I'm happy for my boy.
No, definitely. I mean, never want to speak ill about manga, even if the work's not even if it's not to my liking or whatnot. He still provides
Yeah.
entertainment value to a lot of people around the world, and I do hope he gets better, and I hope this brings him better will and the willpower to go on with the series.
All right. Let me ask you one question before we move on. Does
What's
it make
up?
you mad that My Hero outsold One Piece in the US?
Look, look. All I'm saying is there's definitely. First of all, One Piece is on hiatus this week, right? So that might be the reason, or
No,
not.
that doesn't work like that, man. All right,
Works like
this
that.
is this is the May month. And then secondly, this is the volume sale. So even if it was on hiatus, it wouldn't
Okay, so it
really.
would affect it. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. There might be a glitch in the system. Some shit might be wrong. Also, we got to give other people chances. If it was only One Piece, then people would only
I'm
watch One
dead.
Piece. So we got to give other people chances. You got to let other people enjoy all this stuff sometimes. Also, I also told Oda, one of my boys named Issa really needs this. Man's going through some depression because My Hero
Yeah.
My Hero's not the best. So, Oda had to knock it down a bit because of that. But overall, positive. But if it's that hype, I best see the crazy shit in the anime because all I've been hearing from My Hero fans is it gets crazy. It keeps getting crazy. Like
Mhm.
it just got crazy after like 5 seasons. So, let's see. Let's see what we're
Yeah,
up against.
for sure. I was just tickling your balls, man. I was just trying to get a reaction out of you. All right, man. Let's hop into the next article. All right, so this is kind of crazy. We talked about an article. We went over it, I think maybe 2 editions ago, or maybe three, and we talked about how Jump just recently launched a vertical scrolling digital comic service as well, and it was called Jump Tune. So this is really wild. It's called Rakuten. Rakuten is like a cashback service. It's like an extension. So for those who got that know, like Honey, it's basically like Honey. Obviously, it's a lot bigger than Honey is, but apparently, they're launching their own vertical scrolling digital comic service as well. They're partnering with Shonen Gahosha, Nitro Plus, and Straight Edge, and they're the ones that are going to be producing these original digital manga titles. And it's going to be called Rtoon. That's wild, man. Like Webtoon, they actually started something. It's like a huge trend now, I guess. Like these vertical scrolling services are starting to pop up out of nowhere. For a Rakuten, like a cashback company, to be in this, they must see some profitability here. I don't really know what's going on, man, but I think it's kind of wild. I don't know if we'll ever get a hit series from here, but you never know, man. We got some from Webtoons, and people were talking crazy about Webtoons not too long ago. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on this, man? Like Rakuten, bro, that's crazy.
So I think that what this is just my theory, that a lot of
Mhm.
these companies are realizing that manga is the next thing. Anime's
Yeah.
coming out. People are funneling into anime, and the more people that funnel into anime definitely means more people are going to funnel into manga. Since, I mean, at least for you too, right? You watched anime first before you watch manga, and I think that's
Yeah.
very prevalent for most people. And I think as they're seeing the rise of people converting to anime as a medium, I think they're also seeing a rise in people converting to manga as a medium. But the thing is, right? So paperback as a medium itself is kind of being it's not gone at all. It's not
Hmm.
gone for sure, but it is decreasing for sure. Like everything is becoming digital. We have like even now when I get books or whatnot, I try finding a digital PDF or a digital version
Right,
first
right.
before getting a hard copy, because first of all, the hard copy costs more because it costs more to make, and then it's just annoying to keep when I could just keep the manga or whatever in
Right,
my
yeah.
library at all times. Also, everyone's just on their phones at all times. So
Right.
if they can, and like everything is switching to vertical, quick, high dopamine, like just like TikTok, where everything is like quick,
Yeah.
like
Right,
everything
right,
is
exactly.
turning into like quickly
That's
scroll stuff
the
like that.
scrolling effect is crazy, man. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, like because they've realized that our dopamine, or like most people, the average person's dopamine, like dopamine levels are shot, right? Bec- Compared to what they were before. Since first of all, now if you realize it's harder for people to even watch a whole YouTube video,
Hmm.
like everyone's getting into this. Yeah, you're what you were talking about, the scrolling effect. Everyone is just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
Hmm.
So I think this way of manga is also kind of, since manga is less dopamine hitting than actual videos like TikTok or animations like anime. I think they need to have an effect where you're like doing something to keep it going. But also, keeping it online, keeping it accessible, and more anime fans funneling in. I think this is just the perfect, recipe for a
Hmm.
good platform.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad investment. It's just kind of wild that Rakuten of all companies are hopping into this too. So I
No,
thought that
that's
was pretty
crazy.
interesting. Yeah. All right, man. We got another article, man. Wait, sorry, you're gonna say something?
I was gonna say that's like the weirdest. That's like so out of the. That's so out. That's so weird.
Right?
It's like a random ass company getting into manga. Like it makes no sense. But I do understand why
Hmm.
they would go do that.
Right. I don't know, man. It's crazy to me. Obviously, it's to be seen if it's going to be profitable for them, if it's going to be, if it's going to work out or not. But we'll just have to see. But yeah, let's hop into this next article. So this is going to be very similar. So Wit Studio, they're starting a vertical scrolling manga team as well. And they're recently announced that they're just going to start to launch their first series as well. I apparently they have their own mangas, their own scrolling manga app as well. It's called Hike Comic. And Wit Studio is the one that started off Attack on Titan. I think they did the first season of Vinland Saga as well. So they're an animation studio, so it makes more sense for them than Rakuten per se to be in this industry. But it's kind of cool to see like all these other companies that are kind of competing this space. I guess they must have realized that vertical scrolling is just like you said before, like the dopamine effect, the scrolling effect, and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, we're getting a series. We saw the picture right here, the promotional picture. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad. So we're just gonna kind of have to see if it's good or not. It's called Estee, the Heir of the Original Magic. I have no idea if it's gonna be good or not, but we'll just kind of have to see. Just thought it was interesting to kind of put that out there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's actually wild that a lot of people are changing to this vertical form
Hmm.
when we've stuck with normal, flipping the page for so long that now it's like when this is like no more flipping now. I don't think it really changes how you digest the actual content
Hmm.
per se. Like it's the same shit technically, but
Yeah,
it's just the new way to kind of do it now. And
yeah, for sure.
as anime grows, manga is gonna grow as well, and more companies are gonna get into it. And shout out to Shrine Comics. They're
Yeah,
the
our
Australian,
boys.
our boys. Yeah, they're the Australian version um of like they just started a manga. It's the same thing, right? Like is theirs
Yeah,
also
the
vertical?
Um, well, it's more horizontal. It's not like the same thing as webtoons, but they kind of said they were like webtoons. I would say they're closer to Shonen Jump though. They're more of a publishing company, where they have all these authors come together and have their chapters released on their platform. So I'd say they're closer to Shonen Jump than they are to like a webtoons.
Got you. Yeah, if you guys, need any new manga to read, any new content to kind of fill your mind with, Shrine Comics got it. And everything is pretty much free on Shrine Comics, right?
Yeah, no, they're 100% free unless you like opt into their in-app purchases, which was really cool talking to them. If you guys haven't listened to our interview with them, you guys have to check it out. They're hella dope because they want to differentiate. I cannot say that word, but basically that word
Yeah,
themselves
yeah.
from from like Shonen Jump and these other companies that are like cash grabs. They want to make sure that manga is free and accessible, all chapters to everyone. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, definitely check them out. All right, let's hop into another article. So let's hop into this one because it's one of the cooler stories that coming out this year. So obviously we talked about this earlier, but Oshinoko, we talked about the anime popping off, going crazy, and we also talked about the anime effect and what it does for manga. So apparently, Oshinoko manga, its circulation doubled after the anime came out, which that's the anime effect right there. But for it to double is just crazy. So it can really go to show you that like an anime can make a series like huge. So that's exactly what it did for Oshinoko, for it to have 4.5 million copies to 9 million copies in just less than 2 months. It's just absolutely insane. I still gotta check this anime out. I just watched the first episode, which it was hype, man. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta watch it, man. I gotta binge that shit. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool little story. Just figured we'd throw that one in there for those of you guys that are Oshinoko fans. Any thoughts on?
No, that's actually pretty wild. The fact that it can double in manga sales, that means it converted that many people. That means the anime converted that many people
Exactly.
to the manga, which is millions of people. Since
Right.
the people that already read the manga before, they already
Hmm.
read it. That was
Hmm.
the what how many million was it? 4.5? That was the
Yeah.
4.5 that already read it.
It's
So
it's insane, dude, because the anime came out in April, man. It's been like 2 months. It's insane.
holy shit, that's actually wild. How
Hmm.
many seasons does this have?
It just came out in April, so as far as I know, maybe 12, 11,
No, I'm
13
talking about
episodes.
like the manga itself. Is it
Oh,
like
how many volumes?
yeah, is it like well developed?
Um, Let me get back to you. What were you saying on your point?
Yeah, I was saying how 4.5 million people had to have already been watching it. You're saying that people like 4.5 million new people are reading it in 2 months because of an anime. That's actually crazy. Um, I
Yeah.
never even heard of Oshinoko, and then bam, it just comes out of nowhere and just does this. Like, bro, that's actually wild. It's putting up monster numbers. Like, damn.
So it has 11 volumes. In
Uh,
comparison to One Piece, One Piece has like 105.
okay. No, it's still well developed then. If it has 11, it's still well
Mhm.
developed. Which means a volume's a chapter, I'm assuming.
No, volumes are like collections of chapters. So like it could be anywhere between, I mean, it really depends on the manga, but it could be anywhere from 5 to 15, sometimes
No,
even bigger.
it's like a season, right? Volume is like a season, I meant?
No, no.
No?
I would say
Less?
maybe 2 to 3 volumes. I mean, I don't really go through volumes. I'm more of like a manga plus guy where I just go through the chapters.
Got you. Okay, okay,
But I
okay.
would say it's more because if each one has 10 chapters, that's gonna be a couple episodes, no more than that.
No, it's actually wild. I mean, for all your Oshinoko fans, this has got to be hype. It's definitely like, what is it, top 10 at least? Like, or is
Well, this season is it's been popping off. Like I want to say it was like, remember we did a top 10 most selling manga this year so far.
yeah, I mean, it was
I
definitely on there, right?
It was on there. I can't remember if it was number 4 or 6. It was somewhere up there.
That's actually wild. I mean, that just goes to show how many new people are getting into anime and how many new people are getting into manga,
Right.
transitioning through anime. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Cool. All right, man. Let's get into the last and final article. So just recently we got the One Piece live action trailer. And it's that series is coming out on August 31st. And we talked about this earlier, so we won't go into too much detail. We recently just had a pod episode going into full detail on this, but yeah, we just wanted to report it in case you missed that episode. But yeah, our quick little thoughts. Obviously, for me, I thought it was really well done. It was way better than I thought it was going to be, and I'm looking forward to watch it. That's my quick little thought on. I want to hear yours as the One Piece advocate.
I definitely it's for anyone that's hearing this on Thursday, we did post an episode fully about this topic on Tuesday, so 2 days ago. But what I was saying was basically like it's very hard to master, or even recreate like animes into live actions, since animes are first of all supposed to be animated, and that's the whole like premise behind it. Plus, it's like there's a lot of wacky and goofy shit that happens within One Piece, and it's very hard to replicate that, I think. And what I've seen from the trailer, I don't want to get too much into the actual subject, but the trailer itself was a lot better than I expected. Like we saw him. Okay, we did see him use Gum Gum, like Gum Gum pistol. I liked it. Didn't like the way he said it or the voice, but I do get why. That's there will be things that I won't like within the live action, but Seeing the trailer, I like the characters, loved Buggy especially. I like the humor. The Going Merry looked crazy, and it's greenlighted by Oda, so I don't think that it's really gonna be bad in general at all. And I'm pretty hyped for this. You know me.
For sure. All right, that's going to be it for this episode. Let's quickly just recap all the brand new anime and new season that are coming out. So let's do the rumor ones first. So Chainsaw Man season 2 in a movie rumor, and then we got Vinland Saga season 3. That is a rumor as well, not confirmed. Both of them were by leaks or supposedly kind of confirmations, but not really. And then the anime that we know for sure that we're gonna get, season 4 of Demon Slayer, the Hashira training arc. Part 2 of season 3, the second core of Dr. Stone. We're getting that in October. Tokyo Revengers Tenjiku arc, that's coming out in October. And then, of course, we're getting Go Go Loser Rangers sometime in 2024. Hopefully, we don't know for sure, but yeah, that's coming out. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. It was definitely a fun one. It's always great to hear that we're getting new anime and new anime seasons. Love to hear it. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. All the links to the articles will be available in the description and in our Discord if you guys want to check that out. Make sure you guys join our Discord. We love our community there. You know, it's growing, but it's still fun and everyone's really heavily involved in, you know, we just had a huge watch party, so that was really fun. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And yeah, it's gonna be it for this episode. Peace out, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode of Anime Plus. Peace.
Peace.